So hello and welcome to the 14th Lunar Surface Science Workshop. This one being aimed at heliophysics applications that enable and are enabled by human exploration of the lunar surface. And let's see if this will work. There we go. So as the Artemis program continues to move swiftly, we have an obligation to protect humans and the investments that we put into space in the harsh space environment by applying the knowledge of radiation and dust hazards from the heliophysics community. But at the same time, we should also take advantage of such an immense opportunity to learn even more as astronauts step foot on the moon again. So not only will we learn more about the impacts of solar wind and radiation on the lunar surface itself and on our human supporting infrastructure as we explore the lunar surface, but we can broaden those insights as we move across to Mars and even beyond. So the intent of this workshop series is to target advancing scientific discovery on the lunar surface. And this particular installment focuses primarily on the infrastructure that enables that scientific exploration now and in the future years to come. In so doing, our goal here is to assess what new heliophysics research can be enabled by or enables the exploration of the lunar surface. And we also want to assess how we can enable surface exploration with surface supporting activities in science, such as from the Lunar Gateway, or even in the cislunar environment itself. So an important topic is obviously identifying the knowledge gaps that concern space weather on crew, the effects of space weather on crew activity and safety. So example questions that we posed to the community include how can Hermes measurements from the Gateway support the lunar surface operations? What is the radiation environment on the surface of the moon? How do we predict that radiation environment based on solar activities, for example? What are the electrodynamic conditions on the lunar surface and their relationship to exploration hazards, in particular dust? And also, what solar and magnetospheric imaging techniques can help predict the conditions on the moon for human exploration and for the equipment and the astronauts, their safety as well. And we are thrilled to see how many people from the communities, several different communities have responded. And you will see from the presentations that this is a very diverse group, and we're excited to see everybody to come together. So just getting to the logistics here. Each session that we have has an invited speaker in it, which has 12 minutes to speak and 3 minutes of Q&A. And all of the contributed talks have 8 minutes and 2 minutes of Q&A. And so Alexa and I will be very strict in the timing just based on, because we have to. So we have divided it into basically two groups, surface science and technologies, 1 and 2. And then we have a poster session in between, and that will be in Gathertown, and hopefully you've been able to experience that before. It's a really nice setup. It's very much like you get to network and go talk to somebody about their poster, so please make sure you do attend that session if you can. And then the afternoon session will be surface supporting science and technologies, and then we will have our closing remarks at the end. A little bit more here. So as we're going through the talks, please submit your questions and your comments through the Q&A feature. You can also use the chat if you'd like to, but it's a little bit easier for us to manage if you put it through the Q&A. And you can also continue more detailed discussions even beyond this meeting in the Heliophysics 2050 workshop Slack, and there is a new channel under there, which is 2022 Lunar Surface Science Heliophysics. If you already are part of that Slack, then remember that you have to go through and click on the little icon that says Add Channel to be able to find that particular link. So we will try to monitor the Slack as we go for questions as well, but we would prefer if you put it into the Q&A so that we can just monitor that a little bit easier as we move along. So I hope everybody enjoys the workshop. I hope we get a lot out of it. And at the end of this, Alexa and I will be pulling together a little report to describe everything that's been discussed here so that we can have a record of it. All right. And I know I'm a little early on finishing up, but I think that's all right. We can move forward with the next participant. Let me stop sharing here. All right. And Alexa, do you happen to have the speaker list up?
No, I was just about to try to pull that up too. Sorry, it's very early in the morning here in Alaska, and I am
Oh, I bet it is.
finishing
I bet it is.
finishing my coffee, and so I apologize for being a bit slow with all of this. And thanks everyone for joining, because we're really enthused by how many people have joined, how many people are coming to give talks and posters, as well as just wanting to listen into the sessions as well. So thank you everyone for coming, and hopefully we'll be able to have um, a great meeting and a set of discussions.